We are back to talking about former President Donald Trump, because when he became president, he revelled in surrounding himself with a coterie of hangers-on, advisors and Secret Service. But entering the courthouse yesterday, look at him here, he struck a lonely figure. No one to even open a door for him. Bet he didn't like that. In times like these, most of us would turn to family. But one person noticeably absent from his side yesterday, his long-standing and some might say long-suffering wife, Melania Trump. Since leaving the White House, the former First Lady's barely been seen in public or with her husband. And last night, the Donald raised a few eyebrows after he made a glaring omission in his speech. Let's take a look.
I have a son here who's done a great job, and I have another son here who's done a great job. Tiffany. And Ivanka, and Barron will be great someday. He's tall. He is tall, and he's smart. But I have a great family, and they've done a fantastic job.
Donald, you forgot to mention your wife. always mention the wife. So, is the Trump marriage rock solid, or is it on the rocks? There's the question swirling around today. Joining me to discuss all this, Fox News contributor and OutKick host Tomi Lahren, and by Manhattan criminal attorney and former Apprentice contestant Stacey Schneider. Tomi and Stacey, thanks so much for joining us on this potentially not the most important issue of what is currently going down in your justice system at the moment, but it has been something that's caught our attention. We thought we'd get you two smart women on to talk about another smart woman, Melania Trump, I would argue. Tomi, let's come to you first. Should she have been there? Do you understand why she wasn't?
Well, I'm a country music fan, so we know that you're supposed to stand by your man. But listen, this is understandable. Let's talk about the charges against him. Although I think that they are BS, it revolves around hush money payments to a porn star. So I think Melania, rightfully so, maybe has some sour grapes over this. And can you really blame her? But I think this really goes back to, I think Melania is much more a private person. I think Donald Trump, of course, he loves the limelight. He loves the spotlight. He wants to be in front of people, talking to the American people. And I think Melania, quite frankly, is probably sick of the drama. She probably wants to stay home at Mar-a-Lago and enjoy her life. And if we're all being honest, maybe she doesn't want Donald Trump to run again in 2024. Maybe she wants to have a quieter life. I don't think this means that there's trouble in their marriage. I just think that Melania, she'd rather sit on the side, maybe on this one. I think you're going to see her hitting the campaign trail just as you did in the last two elections. But, you know, rightfully so. Maybe she wanted to sit this one out considering the context of the situation.
Stacey, that seems like a fair argument to me. I mean, if you knew that your husband was about to be publicly humiliated for multiple extramarital relationships, allegations of children born out of wedlock, wouldn't be that comfortable being in the courtroom.
It wouldn't be comfortable, but it's really not good for Donald Trump that she's not there. And especially as this case proceeds, there's a row in the courtroom, the front row, the first row, where family is expected to sit and support the defendant who's now indicted. And it's especially important when this case goes to trial, and Donald Trump has said he's taking it all the way and going to trial on it, that his wife or his family is sitting in that row supporting him. The jury looks to see who's there to support the defendant. It softens the defendant, and it's not good for him that his marriage is in this state. But like Tomi said, I don't blame her. I think political wives are no longer coming up and standing at those press conferences and getting next to their husband while they're at the microphone, disavowing whatever they've been accused of. The times have changed. I don't blame Melania.